Hello and welcome to the Absolute Zero Podcast, a monthly fancast where we discuss the Steins Gate Zero anime adaptation. As a quick warning, we will be discussing spoilers up to the most recently aired episode, so if you haven't watched or played the original Steins Gate, do that first. This will serve as a companion to the Zero anime, so you can listen to it alongside that. Like always, I am joined by my co-host, Reading Steiner.
Excuse me, I'm just Steiner.
Reading Steiner.
No.
So, Reading Steiner.
Gah!
Are you feeling moe-moe-cune about the last 4 episodes of Steins Gate Zero, the anime adaptation?
I'm feeling extremely moe-moe-cune right now.
That's, well, I hope for reasons I explained and not other things, because that would be inappropriate for a podcast.
That would be, yeah. It's just the episodes.
Just the episodes. We all know it's mostly Daru, though.
Absolutely.
So, I'd say we're kind of on time still. You know, just three days late, but whatever.
A couple of days, not a biggie. My entire town lost its Wi-Fi for a bit over a day.
Yeah, see, it's not entirely my fault this time, guys.
It was mostly Cullen's fault.
I had to push it back because work stuff, but whatever. Whatever. All that matters is that we can talk about Steins Gate Zero, and then I can bless fate or God or what have you for letting me watch the next couple episodes in peace before I have to come back and record more. I'm kidding. I love you guys. But right off the bat, I have our topic list today. This is feeling a little not robotic, but I guess we got a thing going on. We got a structure here, so that's pretty cool. So I figured before the episodes, we might as well talk about the new opening and ending that started at, I believe, episode 15? Or was it episode 14? I think it was 14.
Yeah, I believe it was 14, yes.
Yep, because 13 was the end of, I guess, the first half, and then 14 and on is a new, big air quotes, new opening and a new ending song.
Yep.
So, would you like to explain to the people just what is new without we're not going to break down every single frame, but in general, what's new about the new opening?
Well, as you can see 14 seconds into the clip.
You can see that Amadeus actually Kurisu has 6 fingers, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
God damn it.
Excuse me, no, I have never heard what is a tween? No? I'm an asshole? Okay, cool. But yeah, no, explain to the people, even though everybody knows already, but let's just give a little recap.
Yes, I mean, we'll just do a bit of a lowdown. So the opening song now plays the second half of the song, Fatima, and the animation has also been reworked to incorporate elements, later on in a bit different in the plot, basically. So it's differently animated to represent the summer season that the story is now taking place in, and it is, lyrically different as well, although that won't make much of a difference to the English-speaking audience.
Yeah, they won't know.
The ending song, Last Game, has been replaced by a looping GIF.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm liking the new opening for what it is, and I like the new song of the ending. But visually and music-wise, I think the new ending lacks in comparison to Last Game.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer. You have all this cool symbolism going on of Last Game.
It's pretty artsy, yeah.
Yeah, it's super artsy, and it's like one of the best endings of anything I've ever seen. And then now we have Amadeus walking.
Yeah.
And it's a really good song. At least there's
they've got a spinning phone.
Yeah, the spinning phone, of course.
Great.
And it's a really good song. Like, I really, really dig the, I think, the chorus, I guess. I'm bad with musical terms, but, when the chorus hits and, because the whole song is sung by Amadeus, but when the chorus hits, that sounds, really creepy, but for the most part, it seems kind of generic.
Yeah.
I haven't read the lyrics. I will be straight up and honest. I'm not that kind of...
Well, it's pretty good, to be fair, but it's nothing new as far as Steins Gate songs go, basically.
Yeah.
Once you've heard a couple, you've heard them all. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Cosmic Looper's pretty good, but if
Is that right?
I like Cosmic Looper a whole bunch.
Is that right?
I've gone on record to say it's my favorite.
Okay, to be fair, I like Cosmic Looper.
It's real good.
But
we're not going to talk about
we're not talking about Cosmic Looper right now.
the elitist in the room. I didn't mean anything by that. I just wanted to make the elite pun. I wish Blick was here so he could do it for me. Anyway.
Yeah, bless that boy.
So, that was a pretty short little summary of the ending and opening. It's good. It's not as good as I wanted it to be, but I was actually kind of bummed we didn't get a brand new opening song. Kind of would have liked it, but you know what? I like what they're doing here, and it saves them money, so good on you guys. I guess now that we've gotten the opening stuff out of the way, what did you think about these last 4 episodes of Steins Gate 0?
Extremely good. I think they, across the board, these last 4 episodes is probably the most positive I've been about any batch of 4 episodes in the podcast so far.
Last month was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
It was a lot of build up, but you know what? I guess it was all worth it because...
Absolutely, this brought it right back. These 4 episodes, they've not only done the source justice, they have expanded the source and basically made it what it should have been originally. I mean, they're incorporating elements from the side material like Arclight of the Point of Infinity and the Epigraph trilogy as well.
The what Point of Infinity?
Arclight.
The what?
Aquila.
Oh, the Aquila. Yeah, no, the Aquila Point of Infinity. Got it.
God damn it.
But I guess I hate me too.
Piece of shit.
I guess, like always, we'll start with 13 and then just go through all of them, give our general thoughts, break them all down. And honestly, it's like, I hope we have enough, this might be a short episode.
Yeah.
It might not. I said that about last month's and it was an hour long, so
that just fucking happened. Yeah,
so you people watching this, you'll know, but I don't know. Let's see, 13 was for a second I was about to be like, it's okay, but then I remembered I had to remember everything about it. A lot of good moments in that one. That one was really like leftover build-up for the most part of the last batch, but it finished really strong.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, Diffraction, like it was episode 13, we were still focusing on Kagari after she regained her memory, yeah?
Yes.
But the way that they worked in the side material, new material, and anime original content with Okabe and Moeka teaming up, and her driving really, really fast.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been any initial D references based on that. Y'all are slacking.
I think someone did.
Oh, okay, good.
Dub over that scene with initial D music. So
if you guys know where that is, why don't you link it or make it yourselves?
Absolutely.
And then send it to us.
But yeah,
feed our clout.
But yeah, so there's the whole thing where he talks to Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown's like, well, maybe she was brainwashed. You know what I mean?
Here's plot. It's like, thanks, Mr. Brown. You always know what to say.
Mr. Exposition.
Mr. Exposition. There's two things this man is good at: exposition and shooting himself in the head.
Oh, bro, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah. So, obviously, we get the really good bit at the end where the ending song leads in. And
a great send-off to Last Game, if I will.
Extremely good. I mean, we see Kagari, the place where Kagari is being held. I mean, we see the scrolling on the wall, the mama.
All in what seems to be blood.
Yeah, that's really fucked up. And then at the same time, we get Kagari hearing, a trigger and her memories come up.
Oh yeah, they were doing the rounds. The people in the van playing old classical music.
Yeah, it was kind of funny to watch animated, just driving around, but
it was something that as someone who's played the source material, I'm kind of I thought it was a little. It's not that it was like you said. It's not like it on its own is bad, but it's kind of goofy knowing the whole context. I wonder if any anime onlys were like, "Oh, look at that! That's a weird shot," or didn't think about it. But
yeah. So yeah, and then she starts hearing this voice, and then she goes. She's gone. She drops her iPhone.
Her Galaxy S9. in the year 2011.
That was a really, really good send-off. For me, that was... Because I didn't expect that content. I hadn't seen that content, and it wasn't any of the side material that I've read.
Her just leaving, like just bailing, or
well, the whole thing with them discovering the base and then Kagari just up and vanishing at the same time, you know.
See, what I really like about this, and I don't remember what we talked about last episode because I don't listen to the episodes when they're out. I edit them and I put them out there, and then I don't check the Reddit comments because everyone there's gonna say I suck. But I'm kidding, only one person. But I kind of just I didn't think they'd be able to pull it off, but this anime only world line we're in, they're actually like they can actually do it. They can.
Well, they've got some freedom now as well.
Yeah,
how they express the story.
There's some stuff that I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do because there's like a big plot point in Vega and Altair they'll probably just have to drop. But honestly, that plot point's fucking stupid anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, no, they're not gonna do that.
Well, I know, like. Yeah, I know they won't because they literally can't.
They can't, yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm being vague. Well, I mean, should we just tell them?
No, we have to be vague.
Okay, sorry everybody.
We can't say it because, let's be honest, it could still fucking happen.
If it does, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have no idea how they're gonna... Like, I still have worries on how they're gonna implement the ending of Promised Ravioli.
The Promised Ravioli, yeah. Well, I'm not sure, because we're heading straight into Vega and Altair now.
Yes, we are hardcore Vega and Altair, but there's...
next episode, we'll probably get these conclusion to Vega and Altair.
I think we have a bit more time.
I feel like we'll probably get it.
Well, because...
we've already got this. We've got the setup with Myri now.
They're probably gonna...
For me, it's starting to feel more like Drama CD Beta, and I don't know if you've listened to that.
I have not listened to it, but you've been talking a lot about it. Would you like to fill them in on Drama CD Beta?
Okay, so Drama CD Beta was released in 2011, I believe. Either that or 2010. It was a companion piece to Steins Gate. It was way before Zero was created, way before Maho.
Basically, what Zero was based. It was one of the key things Zero was based on.
It's one of the key things that Zero is based on, basically. And Arclight, that story. I won't spoil too much because it does play a bit into Zero, but it's basically from Myri's perspective. It's about an Okabe who's failed and given up on Kurisu, and that Okabe is a lot more hostile and bitter. And I feel like it. I mean, obviously, we should probably maybe talk about this more when we're talking about the latest episode.
Oh, yes.
But I feel like, especially in the latest episode, he has become a lot more caustic and angry, and he feels a lot more like the Okabe that was presented in Drama CD Beta.
Yeah, I like it's kind of like a good mix of them because it's still like the Drama CD Beta Okabe is to the extreme.
I mean, he literally like fucking tries to fight Suzuha and. He's like, you can't fucking kill me, you stupid bitch. I'm going to die in 2025. And she shoots him in the kneecaps, though. So.
It's good.
It's like, yeah, but nobody said you had to be walking. So, yeah.
But let's see what. So yeah, they're doing a really good job with like a lot of this new. Because I just right off the bat, I think these 4 episodes have solidified it. This is, unless they severely fuck up the conclusion.
Yeah. Unless they really drop the fucking ball, this is a really solid adaptation.
It's better than the original.
I would argue that it has improved significantly on some aspects of the original as well.
Like, I'm at the point where it's, if anyone's like, yeah, no, so where do I go for Steins Gate? I'll say, play the game for the original, and then watch the anime for Zero.
Of course, we'll have to see how it actually fares in the end. I hope it's good.
God, me too.
I really hope... I'm impressed with the direction so far. So we'll see how it goes.
The animation could look a bit better in places, but honestly, I'm not like... This isn't like a deal breaker for me. I know a lot of people are saying like, it's so stiff and lifeless and I dropped it. So I'm like, yeah, but I don't really care about that. I think I've mentioned this every episode, but like, Jesus Christ, it was better than Chaos Child got, so yikes. Then after that, we got a good time jump from 13 to 14, and I think this is the smartest way they can possibly implement stuff from both routes, because without spoiling anything, Kagari does not exist in Vega and Altair, and this was
She's not present in that route, yeah.
Yes, this is a genius way of, because at the beginning it was mostly promised ravioli stuff, Mother Goose, all of that, like what is it, 3 or 4 episodes, whatever that was. That was all
3 episodes.
That was all a side route of promised of ravioli. So now that that's absent, now that she's gone, kind of, which we'll get into with the episode 14 talk. Now that she's gone, you can actually fit in all the Vega Altair stuff, but having like giving it an like emotional core of sorts, because Mayuri misses Kaguri.
So it adds a bit more pressure, I think, to the situation as well. So yeah, the whole thing with episode 14, Kaguri's been missing for months. Darrow and Suzuha are now trying to enlist Maho for help to build a time leap machine.
And then Maho has the same thing she's had for a past couple episodes. Should I do it or should I not?
I'm Salieri.
Classical music.
Metaphors.
I loved Kurisu, but I hate Kurisu.
She loves Kurisu, though.
Yeah, and she loves Okabe too. But so pick. All right,
make so up your mind. Let's talk about the main thing in episode 14,
which is
the less horny shower scene.
Oh, okay. Really, a lot of 14 is kind of just let's talk about feelings until the end, and I was not expecting them to do this at all. So in Vega Altair original, there was a whole part where Suzuha was like, "Okay, father, you go out. I'm going to take a shower." And she looks at the camera, and then she gets all naked, and then Chio says, then Suzuha squeezes her boobs together and gets in the shower.
This was in the epigraph novels as well.
And then Suzuha spreads her butt cheeks in the shower, and then and then the plot happens because he's already. So what happens in that is just she's in the shower and then she gets attacked in the shower, I believe.
Yes, she does.
Fill me in.
In the novel, she hears something outside. She comes out and she's naked. She's covered in water and she starts naked wrestling a woman in a latex bodysuit.
Women's in riding suit comes and gets horny at naked Suzuha, and they have
there's a whole CG and
a big wrestling match. Yeah, that is a whole CG. Her butt's just popping out and everything.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, like, if you're horny, yeah, it's good, but, like, it's really out of place.
Yeah. I get you. It doesn't quite feel like it flows into the narrative, sudden Suzuha horny, but it's good. But I'm digressing.
It's good horny, but it doesn't work. But it's good. But I hate it.
I'm digressing. So they toned it down a bit in the anime. They had she never went into the shower in the first place. She plays a decoy in the shower.
Which is smart. That feels like a Suzuha thing to do.
That is definitely an operator Suzuha thing to do. And so she comes up behind the attacker with a gun, and she's like, "Don't fucking move." And the attacker's like, "Oh shit, why?" And then she gets her head hit, and then no, she doesn't get her head hit. She's like, "Take off the helmet." She takes off the helmet, and it's Kaguri, and she freezes, and she's like, "Whoa, no, you're Kaguri." And then Kaguri goes, "Where's my mama?" And then
mama. Yeah, which in the original you only had the horny Suzuha scene, and then the women's in riding suit just left.
They weren't identified in the.
And now they just fucking. It's just Kaguri.
Yep, now it's Kaguri. We know it's Kaguri now, but
which makes a really funny dynamic of sorts. Which I don't know if it happened at the end of. I think it happened at the end of 15. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to like.
Oh yeah.
I tweeted about it. It looked really fucking dumb.
Standing up there.
Yeah. So like, and then now Kaguri's just looming in the distance always.
On top of buildings.
On top of buildings, staring down.
But yeah, no. So she has the fight. She's wearing her clothes. She's wearing a sports bra in this one. So it's still slightly horny, but not full horny.
But like acceptable levels of horny.
It's relative horny, but we're digressing again. So
it is at the end of 15. I'm like watching it right now. We'll get to that. But yeah, no, 14's really the whole point of 14 was Kaguri's here.
She also comes to the realization that Kaguri was already brainwashed when she was a child, before coming back in time.
And it took her that long.
Yeah. So she realizes that the brainwashing must have happened in the future.
Interesting. Wonder what it's gonna be.
So yeah, and then they ask,
plot.
and then last details for episode 14, they ask Maho again, help us, help us, bitch, and
she's like, okay.
Amadeus Caruso's like, hey, help him, and she's like, okay, and then she does.
And then Kurusu
decides to come back to Japan, basically.
Yeah, and that's really it. I mean,
that's basically the key points that happen in episode 14.
There's some stuff, I believe, I don't know if it was 14 or 15. There's a couple little nods to Okabe, because Okabe is planning to transfer to America.
Oh, yeah.
And he's really working hard on that, and he's like planning on just leaving everybody.
I think that was mostly 15, though, because...
Then this will be a great segue
into episode 15, yes.
Which was our filler episode.
I will note...
But
real quick,
what some people consider filler, we both consider an excellent addition to the canon and something that...
So I would say, by the way, I just want to say that episode 15 was written by Toru Yasumoto, and he wrote The Promised Ravioli Road.
Oh ho!
And he will also be writing Robotics Notes Dash.
Oh yeah. Should we make a quick divergence?
I'll quickly say Robotics Notes Dash is the next science adventure game coming out. It's set in the year 2020, and it involves Daru trying to be a tourist, but he's actually a spy.
But Steiner, I was told the Robotics Notes anime was bad.
So there is definitely nothing wrong with no, there is definitely some stuff wrong with the Robotics Notes anime, but it is as far as visual novel adaptations go, it is fairly decent, and I would say you can watch it.
But it's not Steins Gate.
Just really, as far as science adventure goes, the anime you really want to avoid is Chaos Head and Chaos Child.
Yes.
But that's about it.
Robotics Notes is good. I watched the anime, and I was content, and I am still willing to jump back in on the game if it ever gets localized.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dash is coming out in November, man.
Yeah, I already pre-ordered it.
We both have it pre-ordered. Wait, is the limited edition out yet?
No. I think they're just doing retailer-based bonuses.
Oh man, that sucks.
So the one, I don't know if you saw the really homo one.
Oh god, the really good one?
Yeah, the big hot gay one.
God, it looks so hot and gay. I love it.
But
I remember on my server, someone was like, "Why is it doing that? Huh? Are they like trying to bait yaoi fangirls?" It's like, no, I think the artist is just horny.
Very, very. I mean, these are some wrestling boys.
The theme of science adventure is horny.
But yeah, that's the pre-order bonus you get for like shopping with Animate, for example. So I think there'll be one for Amazon and one for Ami. You've done it from Amazon.
I'm doing Amazon because it's the best way to get to me in time.
I'm doing Ami, so we'll get different bonuses.
See, I don't even think I can get a bonus. I have to wait for it to kind of like... See, I guess little side tangent real quick. So Amazon Japan is really good at shipping some stuff to me, but some stuff it randomly decides I can't get. But sometimes it'll change that, so I have to wait as we get closer to release and try to pre-order the special Amazon bonus.
I'll see how it goes.
At the moment, I just have the standard edition pre-ordered, though.
I think sometimes if it's retailer based, they will automatically add it onto your order, though.
I better get that a horny picture.
We'll see.
I can use it to cover up my shameful Occultic 9 poster.
It would be better, to be honest.
Well, to be quite honest, my Occultic 9 poster is very tame.
Nah, that's fair then.
Unlike that fucking box art. Anyway.
Well, just paste the horny men on top of the box art.
Okay, good. I'll do that, yeah. That would make my parents less ashamed of me.
Anyway, I believe we were talking about episode 15.
Well, I mean, it's only fair that we brought up Dash because episode 15 is all about Daru.
Yep. And that's why I'm confident the writer's going to be good because he handled Daru excellently in this episode. It was
real good.
Yeah, so this episode obviously deals with Mao's arrival back in Japan, and Suzuha is suddenly all like, oh shit, Back to the Future was a movie. What if that happens? Okabe's
like, I sleep.
Yeah.
Mamoru Miyano was like, I don't want to, you're not paying me enough for this episode, I don't want to do it, bye.
So yeah, we got a couple of scenes this episode with Okabe, like very, very brief.
Okabe's like, and then he's gone.
He's going to America and stuff, and it's very brief in this space. The main drama, the main focal point of this episode, is all about Suzuha and her father, and also tangentially her mother. We've got an episode about Daru, where Suzuha's now like, shit, Dad, you're a fat idiot. Am I gonna be born? So
honestly, 15 was just adorable. There were a lot of really good laughs. There were just a lot of good writing. It was just really, really just so well written. And we needed that because in the visual novel, all we got was, oh, hey, are they going on a date?
Yeah, we didn't really get enough from the perspective that we needed. I mean, this was an episode that was almost entirely away from Okabe, and I really liked that.
And also with other stuff and the source material, like when the source material did this, because of certain events that happen in Vega and Altair, it invalidates everything they set up.
Yep.
By a twist. Yep, and that's all I'm going to say on that. But with the way things are going now, this is not invalidated. All this is super good.
Yeah, so...
Unless they fuck it up.
So, Maho comes back, and she's like, she uses a fucking brain device that was actually from the fucking Darling spin-off game. The thing that she wires up to his head, and she's like, hey, now you're a ladies' man, go on a date with Yuki.
And for some reason, Yuki's like, nah.
No, I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling suave.
She's like, I'm a gentleman. Hey. But,
Yuki has shit taste. I was really digging Gentleman Daru.
He looked very, very dashing.
Oh, he was so good.
But no, so she ended up leaving, and he's obviously discouraged. And then Suzuha's all like, I just wanted to feel the peace that I felt before my mother was killed by a drone.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, we also got that flashback, or flash forward technically, but
Flashback forward.
So we get that, and we find out how Suzuha's mother died.
Which we never actually really get to see that in the visual novel.
No, although we did get to see that in the light novel.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
So that was another little piece that they used, basically. Suzuha's mother died defending her from a military-grade drone, basically shot it to pieces instead of Suzuha. So
one thing that's always really weird about the Steins Gate Zero future is that I never really understand what the fuck's going on, because like they're always saying how like World War III is constantly broken out, but like you'll have stuff like, oh hey, Suzuha's mom, like Yuki is just walking to the grocery store.
Well, the thing
it's a drone.
Well, the thing is, if you look at the Middle East, that's basically the everyday.
Oh, that's fair.
In certain areas of the Middle East, they have the shops, they have the daily life, but there is the real threat of being bombed.
Okay.
And that's basically what the future of Steins Gate is. There is a functional society, but the world is dangerous.
Okay, because, well, I was about to mention a spoiler because of stuff in Ravioli, because that did not seem... Oof. Anyway, I guess that's a good point. I always find it kind of weird because you'll have stuff like Mother Goose, which, like the VN Mother Goose, which had them just like holding hands and walking and being all lovey-dovey. And I'm like, this future doesn't seem that bad at all. And then the writers are like, wait, shit, it has to be scary. And then a drone came and blew Yuki to bits. Okay, good.
But no, yeah, it's basically similar to some less fortunate countries nowadays.
Okay.
Basically.
But pretty good stuff, and it ended really strong. It was cute to see Daru and Yuki like be real with themselves, and just kind of, you can see that them getting a lot closer.
Yeah, that was a perfect episode of development for Suzuha as well, especially, I think.
Oh, yes.
She was given some definitely development, but she wasn't given enough spotlight in the VN, and I think it was really good to have her come with that kind of closure and feelings with her father, and I think it was a very good episode.
Like, Daru and Suzuha have just had so much more time than they did in the VN. It's so nice.
I'm loving it, the spotlight thing, because they're very, very good characters.
You know who's kind of lost a little bit of the, Moeka and Ferris don't really get that love I've seen so far, but to be fair, they don't really need it. But
yeah,
it's still like some of the not every character's equal is pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit more Moeka, I guess. I think she's suffering a little bit from the adaptation.
No, but she drives fast.
She does drive fast.
But yeah, 15 was good, and then we had the stupidest shot ever to end it, which is just...
Yeah, the fucking looming Kagari on a skyscraper.
It's like, I wish I had my mama. What I really liked about that episode is that the episode wasn't just built around Suzuha wants her parents to get back together.
Well, to get together in the first place.
Yes, but no, not just that. Like, they're dropping little hints. Time is running out.
Yeah.
Suzuha needs to leave the future.
She's fucking rushing that shit, yeah.
She needs to make sure she has no regrets before she cannot return to this timeline ever again. So it's... And, like, you can kind of tell that from the little bit, like, because one of the last shots of her is her, like, looking at them walk away, and then she turns around all determined. Because now she has nothing, she doesn't have any regrets. She can now move forward.
It's the good stuff.
And then we come to the best episode since episode 8.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
So what?
Episode 17.
No, 16.
Episode 16.
17, I hope is good.
I hope that's good too.
But maybe it won't be, because if this is following a pattern of, like, you have a banger and then you kind of build a bunch of stuff up, and then you have another banger and then you build a bunch of stuff up.
So, I mean, what happened in this episode, really? We had more of Okabe trying to go overseas, and Mayuri was like, well, I'm not really a fan of that.
I would not like that very much.
Well, so yeah, I will say, the first 5-7 minutes of this episode was directly lifted from Drama CD Beta. Drama CD Beta opens with Mayuri in 2011 greeting Okabe as he finishes school and walking with him in the rain. So that was basically lifted directly from the CD. And then, obviously, you've got that, and she's troubled because she can tell he's still fucking depressed. And the thing is, what I'm liking the most is we're seeing that Okabe isn't really healing. He's actually going on a bit of a downward spiral. And you've got Maho and Daru developing shit in the lab.
And they're trying to keep things, like quiet.
Hide those bananas. And then, Maho's like fucking in a bath towel. She's like trying to whisper, Daru, there's a fucking shit ton of bananas over there. Hide them. And then Daru's like fucking trying to tiptoe across the room. And he knocks over the whole fucking bin.
I'm not entirely sure how, because I feel like they tried to play it a bit too jokey at points.
Yeah.
I still think it was an amazing episode, and I will say right off the bat, this episode was one of the... Again, I have not cried in an anime for quite some time. 8 and 16 did that to me.
Yeah.
By the end of this episode, I was crying like a fucking baby, and I never thought Mayuri would instill those feelings in me, but she did it. So they kind of... Because... When Okabe is just kind of, I mean, I guess you could say that because Okabe shows up at the lab, I think he's trying to talk to Daru about Daru transferring as well, and Daru's like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't have time for that, dude. And he's like, no, you do, whatever, it doesn't matter, man, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, so, I mean, and then obviously, Okabe finds the
gel nana.
The gel nana and he's like, crushes it in his hand, he's like, what the fuck, Daru? And he starts screaming at him, and he grabs him by the fucking scruff of his neck, and he's like, what the fuck, man?
That was really, really strong. Basically, Okabe
very strong scene. Yeah, he basically snapped. So he's yelling. Maho comes out, and she's like, oi, stop doing that.
Look at my titties. And it's like, that's the one thing. I was like, you had something really strong.
Well, yeah, and then Okabe is yelling, and he's like, I sacrificed Kurusu so that Mayuri wouldn't die. And Mayuri's fucking outside listening to that. Which I think was a good addition, No,
that was in the VN too.
No, but I mean, like, showing it.
Oh, yes. But that's something that, like, that was one of the most important bits, is that Mayuri... People can kind of forget that Mayuri doesn't know that. She doesn't know the reason why he stayed entirely, and she blames herself. Well, this is her beginning to blame herself for not slapping him, which...
Yeah, because she starts remembering that she comforted him, and she didn't encourage him.
Which you guys might not realize this if you haven't seen episode beta, I think it was, or 23 beta. 23 beta, since the anime just starts in the beta world line.
Yeah, so the whole thing with Okabe, that one of the key things that differentiates the Steins Gate Zero line from the final line that we see in the original show and visual novel is that Mairi did not slap Okabe in the face. She did not stand her ground and tell him that he has to believe.
Yes. And then by
Instead,
not
she gave
doing
him a
that,
hug.
she causes World War III.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah, instead she gave him a hug. She told him he doesn't have to try anymore. And this is really the turning point where she starts realizing that she made a mistake.
Yes.
So Maho is like, Steins Gate has to exist. We just have to find the right variables to reach that point. And neither of them back down. They just start screaming at each other.
But to be fair, what makes this scene work so well, neither of them are wrong.
Yeah, well, you can see both their perspectives. I mean, Maho and Daru have no idea what Okabe's been through.
Yes.
They have no idea what he suffered. They have no idea how he must feel like it's impossible because he has struggled so much and still failed. But Okabe, on the other hand, is being selfish because the future is doomed. They have verifiable proof that World War III will happen and billions of people will die. And from Maho and Daru's perspective, they have to try because Daru's daughter will be dead, Daru's wife will be dead, Maho's future will be gone, everything will be ruined.
But so you can see, even if you're going to be the kind of person to be like, well, Okabe's just being a pussy, it's like, he's still entirely justified for all of his actions to an extent.
And of course we get the shot of Daru punching Okabe in the face.
Oh, it was good. Which
was extremely powerful, and I really liked the voice acting from Daru's character, from Daru's
voice actor in this scene.
Yeah. I just thought it was very good.
God, it hit really hard.
And so did he.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What I think I don't remember all the details, but what I think I love about that, one of the most things I love about that, none of them really said sorry. I might need to go back, but it didn't really seem like anyone was really apologetic about it.
Yeah.
It's good shit, man. I wish some things were either cut or handled better. Like, I didn't think we needed Shower Maho. I thought that was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal to me, but yeah.
It definitely is. It's not like I still think 16 is one of the strongest episodes of the whole show.
Absolutely.
But I feel like they had a lot of really good bits in that, and then they every once in a while, it's like kind of like the Marvel movie effect. Oh, something serious, and then some jokes.
Yeah, so he gets smacked in the face.
And people are screaming at each other, and then it's like, oh, look at Maho in a shower, a towel.
My towel slipped.
Oh, no.
Don't look at me, you silly boys.
And then it's like,
Yeah, and then, they argue. They basically don't really reach a solid conclusion. Neither side really backs down. Okabe leaves, and he's still fucking steaming angry, because he's you know what I mean?
Because they don't get it, which is understandable. Like, he knows...
Oh yeah, there was a bit of a mistranslation in Crunchyroll subs.
Oh, let me know.
At one point, Maho is talking to Okabe, and her line in the subs was, "I have more respect for you now." But she was actually referring to the respect she had for Daru.
Oh, okay.
He took a stand and struck Okabe and stood up for what was right, saying that he was fighting for other people, and that her respect had grown for Daru. That was the point of that scene. But they subbed it as her respect had grown for Okabe, even though he didn't listen to a word she said. So
I thought that was a little weird.
So yeah, he leaves, and then obviously in the final scene, he encounters Mairi.
Oh wait, before you go on that.
Oh yes, sorry.
There was a really good amount of shots from that rooftop on.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Like, the directing in episode 16 was amazing. Like, it was
very good.
Very, very good. You had a lot of really good because at the same time, Mairi is running from from everything she just heard. She's like going away from all that, so you have this really good, like, I don't know, I'm a sucker for like mirrored images and stuff, especially when it rains.
It's definitely good stuff.
And then you have on the top of the rooftop where like there's light shining down, and like they're just having this big old argument about like, all their grievances. And Okabe just leaves to go find Mairi.
Yeah, he goes to find Mairi, and then she's in the park, and she reveals that she heard the argument. And she basically straight up tells him, "I'm sorry I stopped you. Yeah. I'm sorry I convinced you to give up, because you're still fucking suffering, man." And she reaches out and she's like, "There's the arc light of the sky," that kind of thing.
Oh wait, yeah, we forgot to mention. Like, if we rewind a little bit, the scene with fucking Luca and or Rukako, between Rukako and Mayuri,
Yeah.
which sets up the Hikoboshi.
Yes, Hikaboshi and Orihime. The Tanbata legend.
Fucking Tekken is wilding out there.
Tekken is, yeah, what?
What the fuck? Anyway,
yeah, back to the podcast.
God, I don't know where we fucking.
I have forgotten what happened.
Okay, so just dead ass, not even gonna try to deny it. We saw that Negan got announced for Tekken, and we had a whole bit where we were just going, "What the fuck?" So now we don't know where we were in the episode.
So I'm just trying to remember.
The Hikoboshi.
Right, Hikoboshi and Orihime. Right.
So yeah, we just cut all our discussion on that. But yeah, the Hikoboshi stuff.
Yep. And Orihime.
So it basically sets up all that little bit how
yeah, I mean, obviously, again, the thing is, the problem is, a lot of Westerners were like, what's an Orihime? So that was pretty bad. But what can you do?
But yeah, there's some good stuff where they were saying, Lukako was like, yo, you're Orihime. No, you're Hikoboshi. Did you know that your Hikoboshi's Okabe? And she's like, no, I got cucked by a dead girl.
Yeah, his Orihime-sama is fucking dead.
And it's all my fault.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of Drama CD Beta, I mean, that also used the Hikoboshi and Orihime motif, like, really massively. The whole thing was Hoen Kyoma was her Hikoboshi, basically, and he died on that day. That was the whole thing. And so her whole motivation in Drama CD Beta is to revive him, basically.
But yeah, so set that up, and then you have them back at the park.
Yeah. In
a really, really beautiful scene that made me cry like a baby. Because it's just basically, I'm trying to remember the exact details. I think it was Mayuri, just because she tells Okabe that he's miserable, and like Okabe is like crying and screaming that like he's basically lying to himself and Mayuri.
Yeah, he's fucking just stuff. I am trying to reassure you by yelling loudly into your face.
Well, because the yelling was, it seemed like more than anything that was him trying to tell himself.
Yeah, I absolutely understand that.
Yeah, so he was basically trying to tell himself that everything was okay. But he's doing it through Mayuri, because he's like, oh, Mayuri needs to be protected over anything. It's like, he's not letting himself grieve, really. Well, I guess you could say he's letting himself grieve too much, but he's not letting himself progress.
He's not letting himself heal, he's just standing still.
But to be fair, he's trying to protect Mayuri. And that the theme of that has been spread out throughout the entire show, of him trying his best to make sure she's okay. Although, it's kind of weird, though, now that he's, like, leaving.
Yeah.
But it's, like, so much hurt and stuff that he doesn't really... I don't know. Okabe is going through a lot right now. And that was just all... Did the episode end with anything in particular, or was it just, like...
It just ended with that scene with them, really.
Let me go through again real quick.
I don't remember fully. It's been a couple of days, but... Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what he said. He said, all is well, okay?
Yeah. He's really just trying to reassure her, but also himself.
And he doesn't want to destroy the time that they actually have together. And then she goes, then why do your eyes look like you're suffering?
Yeah. So when Mayuri points out the arc light of the sky, that's what the Japanese call the star Vega, and in the Tanbata legend, Vega represents Orihime. So Mayuri's basically pointing Orihime out to Okabe.
And then it like keeps showing you shots of the sky.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, look.
I mean, she's basically trying to motivate him in her own way, but she also realizes it might be too late.
It's a really good scene.
It's pretty solid. Yeah. So I'm sorry, go on.
No, all I was gonna say is I was crying.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really think there's too much more to say about it though.
It was just, God, these episodes were so good. But if I think that's about,
Yeah,
that's all we can really say is like thoughts on the episodes.
pretty much.
I guess we can do a quick little like, what do you expect from the future?
actually
I don't
know.
think we should really do a. Let's not do it like a spoiler thing today, because
Yeah.
honestly, if we do one, literally all we're gonna say is, I bet the Mexican standoff we joked about is probably gonna happen,
Yeah.
and they're kind of hinting that they're gonna do both at once. And I'm being vague, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't really know where they're gonna go from here. How many episodes do we have left? Like 7?
7 or so episodes left now. Yeah.
I joked that there's like a pattern that every 8 episodes, the show makes me cry like a baby, and I'm guessing the 8th episode would technically be the OVA. So
Yeah, I guess so.
I still don't know what they're gonna do for the OVA. Zero ends so like concretely. Like, what do you do with that?
I'm not sure.
Unless you're gonna do something in the Steins Gate world line, which is something I'd absolutely want to see.
Well, we'll see what happens.
What if it's just one big advertisement for Robotics Notes Dash?
It's an advertisement for Steins Gate 1, the hit sequel.
Oh, the hit interquel.
It's an interquel between Zero and the ending of Zero.
It's an advertisement for Steins Gate Elite.
Oh man, please no.
Do you think they would ever let's say what if Elite does well?
Stop it.
No. But
Stop
you
it.
have to admit that a Steins Gate Zero Elite, with all of the extra content they added, would be
but
pretty fucking amazing.
Also, stop it.
No, but you have to admit.
I will not admit it.
Because, let's say, if they make a lot of money off Elite, they would clearly have more money to do another one, and they would be able to, animate way more stuff. So you could fill in all the Can you imagine that? A perfect Steins Gate Zero, which has all the, stuff from the VN, all the stuff from the anime in just one package. Be fucking amazing. I hope the ending's good. God, I really hope. I hope the ending's not I'm a little worried that the ending is going to be... What's the title of the true ending again?
Milky Way Crossing.
The Milky Way Crossing. I hope that's not just a 3-minute scene at the end of the last episode.
If we've got a full episode or something, that'd be cool.
That would be amazing.
Oh, we'll see what happens.
Because we've seen
what if Milky Way Crossing is the OVA?
Is the OVA, yeah.
I would be fine with that.
Because they did that for Chaos Child.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
So have they already confirmed that it's going to be a single episode OVA, or are they going to do what Chaos Child did and do 2 OVAs?
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, so they haven't confirmed anything yet, or?
Nope.
Okay. But, I mean, again, it's a great time to be a Steins Gate fan. The anime's really good. I hope it gets even better.
Me too. Basically, I mean, there's not really much I can make prediction-wise because we're heading into a climax scenario right now.
I'm wondering what they're gonna do, because what I think would actually be kind of neat is if we have almost a condensed version of the Steins Gate formula of just Okabe in these last, because after Vega and Altair ends,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of neat for them to jump around to different world lines for a bit or something.
See how it goes. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know either. I'm just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
But I would like to see, because I want to see the promised ravioli stuff.
yeah,
I'm a little worried we're not.
If they fucking mess with the promised ravioli, they'll fuck the adaptation up because that's probably the best part of the VN.
What do you mean, fuck with it?
If they mess it up somehow.
Oh, yep. Like you said, best part of the VN.
I mean, that stuff was completely original. It wasn't even the Epigraph trilogy. It was just balls to the walls, insane.
But we're getting, I don't know how they're going to get back to that.
Yeah, me neither. I guess we're just going to have to think about it.
I don't know. I'd like to see them do it well. You guys have the ball in your hand. Don't drop it. Please don't drop it. This has the chance to be one of the best anime adaptations ever made.
Suppose we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's cutting everything that didn't work.
And it is adding in things that do work.
It's polishing everything that worked, cutting the shit no one needed, and adding in stuff to make the stuff that worked even, work better.
Pretty damn good.
So, again, Don't fuck it up. Buy the Blu-rays. Good God, buy the Blu-rays, please. Oh
I'm
God.
buying the Blu-rays. So.
You're like what, the one of 10 people who's actually doing that, right?
I'm doing my part.
The Blu-rays aren't the Blu-ray sales really horrible? Or like,
as far as I know, they're below average right now. So
yeah, so
see how it goes.
oof. Are you excited for a 10-episode Robotics Notes Dash anime adaptation?
2 episodes.
2 episodes.
Resolved.
And they're
like
10
that.
minutes long.
It's a 24 episode Robotics Notes Dash, but 23 of the episodes are recycled footage from Robotics Notes. Oh man.
Robotics Notes Elite 2.
Electric Boogaloo. Alright.
No, they would call it Steins Gate 2.
Yeah, featuring Daru from the Steins Gate series.
Anyway, I guess we can wrap that up.
Alright.
Fun.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep. Good stuff. Fun time. It's
Covered
just
a lot.
on the edge of our seats here, wanting to know what's going to happen next.
Very much looking forward to 3 days from now, when I can find out what the fuck happens.
Because it's kind of like 16 was really good, but they didn't really give any hints of what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the resolution.
I'm thinking it's going to take a couple episodes for them to finish off Vega Altair.
You think so?
Because
I feel like they could just gun for it right now.
Yeah, it's a much smarter idea, though, to just have that resting on the back of people's minds.
That's true.
And then when you get to it, it's like, oh, cool, instead of like... it'll probably work fine, but it might seem a little cheap for them to be like, because then we have all this stuff happening like in the last 4 episodes, like bam, 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 bam. It's like, it's kind of like, I like the little breadcrumbs, little nods.
Yeah,
like, hey, here's this. But I mean, to be fair, is the closest we can get to the pop off, the better. Also, I guess they're really, well, I was gonna say that previous events, I think we skipped over a bit on 13 where it heavily implies someone's importance.
Well, I think we'll get that in the next couple episodes anyway, so
we're gonna see. We are sure gonna see. All right, well, I guess that's really it.
I don't really think there's anything else to talk about.
Oh, this world line's so sad. Amadeus, play world line. All right, bye everybody. See you in a month.
All right, catch you later.
I'm ready for your call.